Hi, welcome to this quick video on troubleshooting incompleted prints. So as you can see here, I've got a failed print on my print bed here, and this will not be foreign to any of you. It is very common when we're 3D printing to have, particularly as we're learning, to have a lot of failed prints. So this print, and I'll show you up close in a minute, this print failed because it broke adhesion to the bed. So you can kind of see that it started off and the first few layers actually printed nicely. But what ended up happening is because of the tension between the layers being laid down, the new layers being laid down, the print pulled off the bed. And as the head was moving around, the print just went like this for the rest of the afternoon as it was printing, laying out just all of this sort of trail of PLA not in the appropriate shape. So what can we do to solve this problem when we have adhesion problems? So one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to look at the bottom of this and see, and it's going to actually tell us quite a bit about what might be wrong with this print. So one of the things I notice is that the first layer is not solid. The first layer itself is nice and filled in on one side and very granulated or strangulated on the other. And so that tells me that this bed probably isn't level. So the very first thing I would do is I would go back through and check my bed leveling. And lucky for you, we have a video on that. So if you're not sure what to do, go ahead and go watch the video on bed leveling. Now, the last thing I want to mention on this though is, sure, your bed can be level and you still may have some adhesion problems. And that's because your hands have oils on them. And as you're moving around, placing, putting things on, taking things off, touching your print bed, you're leaving oils on top of the print surface. And so it's very important that you keep this clean. And so we will use sort of once a week for heavy printing, we will use an acetone. So you can take a cotton ball or a cotton swab, make sure you have some gloves on because acetone really dries your hands. And you can swab the surface of your print bed. That will really help with adhesion. And then as you're printing, believe it or not, one of the most common solutions for adhesion is hairspray. So people tend to love in Texas Aquanet. Believe it or not, if you take some Aquanet and spray it on that bed, your prints will stick like you've probably never seen before. Other things that you might consider, glue sticks, tape. Some people will put a nice fat row of painter's tape on here. Now remember, if you put anything that's going to change that thickness of your print bed, like blue painter's tape, you may have to rebed level, right? Or change your Z-axis because you've now changed the thickness of your print bed. So there's some ideas. If you're having print adhesion, you can do hairspray. You should make sure you clean your bed. Really after a lot of heavy printing with acetone. And think about glue sticks or painter's tape.